Here we are in Ouray at the Denim of Antiquity. Let's go in and see what we find. Well, hello Nancy, how are you?
Hi Karen, what brings you here today?
Well, I was just interested in your shop and wanting to see what you sell.
Well, I sell almost a little bit of everything. All one of a kind. You caught me here. I've been designing this. All my denim stuff, it's redesigned. I can't say I do it from scratch. What I do, I try to find tons of different manufacturers so they're not all the same, and then I take antique handmade fabrics, and this one actually came from Pakistan, and I tried to redesign the jackets. They're all one of a kind, a lot of antique handmade materials.
Wow, and where do you get all your denim?
Wherever I can find it. As I said, I try to do a bunch of different styles, so you're not like a canvas where it's always just the square.
Wow. And is that your workshop over there?
Yep, well that's where I have all my materials. A lot of it I get back east in New England. Deal with a lot of dealers who get their laces over from Europe, and they never make it this far west, which is a shame, because when you do find them out here, it's like they cost too much, so then I can't buy them because I have to then bring the cost back to the buyer, and I try to keep my prices really reasonable, because it's mostly work that I love to do, and I love people just to appreciate it, and I want them to be able to afford to buy it.
What else do you have here?
Okay, I just started carrying these guys here. These are clay faces, and these are also all one of a kind. And it's this lady, she's in her late 80s, so I don't know how much longer she's going to be around. So I just, every time I see her, I buy everything she has, and I started to make necklaces out of it. What I do a lot with these, some of her smaller pieces, I put on the jackets themselves. Let's see if we can find a jacket that has, over here, you follow me? And you get a little surprise here, so you get a little face on the cuff.
Oh, fantastic.
And I try to incorporate as many of these things as possible.
And what about these quilts?
These are made from antique dresses from Afghanistan. The quilt itself was done recently, but the materials that they put together were scraps.
Wow.
From old dresses.
Oh, and what's this table over here?
This table, if you look at my antique little blocks here, says my good junk. So as soon as people walk in, this is the man's table. We have manly things. We've got hinges, actually original from the Beaumont.
Oh, fun.
We've got, let's see, lots of different door pulls. We've got old printing blocks. These were actually copper on wood.
And where do you get all these treasures?
I have been collecting for years. And when I opened this shop, I had enough space where I was able to just bring everything I had from home and incorporate it here, and my husband is delighted. One of the things about my clothing is they have a signature, and my signature is a hand, which started out as a glove, which each piece will have this. This came from my grandmother on my first piece. I had her old gloves, and it just worked out. So then I started with that. I have on, this is working. On here, we have a little bronze hand. So it's not necessarily a glove, but it's a hand pin, hand button, because they are handmade.
Oh.
So that's where that came from. But originally, people keep saying, well, where's the hand originate from? And they think it's all these spiritual things, a hand for healing or massage or whatever. but it started with my grandma and a pair of her crocheted gloves.
Oh.
And I try to do as much antique materials as possible, but instead of having them sit in a drawer, I have them out for people to enjoy. And this is what they were meant to be. Antique wedding dress.
Ah, yes.
This is just beautiful. And this I'm really hesitant to even sell because I just love having everything around, really beautiful things. So I love just coming to work and being surrounded by the things I love.
Well, thank you, Nancy. We've really appreciated our time with you today.